Good evening, everyone. It is time for today's Tax Talk. I'm your host. I'm attorney Stephen Leahy. It is Crypto Tuesday, the December 21st, year of our Lord 2021. Well, on Crypto Tuesday, we're going to talk about some crypto lingo. We're going to talk about El Salvador, and we're going to talk about the markets. Won't you join us? Won't you join us? Okay, so welcome back to the show today. There's lots going on in the crypto world. We all know that the volatility is always a story, and we always like to start with the market. So let's find out. Let's start there. Then we can talk about these other issues that are out there. But let's start there. Let's start with the market. Here is our favorite place, which is coinflip.net. It's where we always go for our crypto and for our information about crypto. We can see the Bitcoin. Let me put this, make sure it's high enough so we can all see it. And we can see that the crypto Bitcoin, it's up. It changes every moment, right? That's why it's up to the minute. Up 4% for the day, up to $49,030. Ethereum's up 1.3%. Litecoin is up 1.69%. I think the more realistic from last time, although I didn't have a Crypto Tuesday last week because I was out of town. But I always like to view for the week because it gives you a better view. So here is the chart for Bitcoin over the last week. Pretty, volatile, right? Kind of finished where we left off. But it took a little bit of a dive up to the $46,000. Now we're up to $49,000. So $3,000 swing either way over the week. Let's go to Ethereum, see where they're at. And similar story, a little bit down for the week, but similar story. It's moving up and down, but fairly stable as cryptocurrency goes. Right, it's pretty stable. We've been the stories have kind of been about. I'm going to talk a little bit about El Salvador later. There's lots of good stories about El Salvador. I'm going to read one about some of the hardships because it's not all honey and roses out in El Salvador about their new. But I think it's still a bold plan. Whether it works or not, remains to be seen, but we're going to do that. But first, let's do a story this is from Kim Komando, and I'm going to comment on this a little bit. She came up with some 10 cryptocurrency terms people use every day. And despite Bitcoin launching way back in 2009, it's only until recently that you can't turn on the news or browse the web without coming across the mention of cryptocurrency. I'm going to skip all of her other introductory and plugs for her stuff. So first, because there's a pretty good list, I think. Blockchain. Well, we all hear about blockchain, but very few people actually understand what it is. So every cryptocurrency transaction is processed, verified, and recorded on a virtual ledger known as a blockchain. When someone buys or sells using cryptocurrency, another entry is made on this virtual ledger. Think of the blockchain as a series of boxcars for a train. When a cryptocurrency transaction is made, another boxcar gets added to the train. Kind of a simple term, but I can understand it. The blockchain is decentralized, which is why they call it a chain, a blockchain. The blockchain is decentralized. This means it's not stored in one machine or even across one network. Instead, the blockchain exists on computers all over the world that are accessible because of the internet. People and companies help verify each transaction that keeps added to the blockchain using their own computer's processing power on a decentralized peer-to-peer network. Each transaction is time-stamped, individually encrypted, and cannot be reversed or changed, supposedly. Yes, you read that right. Crypto transactions cannot be reversed. Fiat. We always hear the term fiat currency. I I thought fiat was a card. No, not in crypto. They have fiat money is government issued currency. If you're not in the United States, if you're in the United States, that means the US dollar. Cryptocurrency, on the other, is virtual money. Cryptocurrencies aren't backed by governments. We all know that. Each token represents the amount you own. How much each token is worth varies based on current price, market price. We all know that. Third one, altcoin. Altcoin is any digital currency that's not Bitcoin. And there's lots of different ones. As we know, they come and go. Here she lists the 5 top by market value. But we all know those. Fourth, exchange. To buy a cryptocurrency, you need to start with an exchange. We talked a lot about that on the show. I've set up an exchange. You have to go to these exchanges. These are what they're trying to regulate, which I think they've done a pretty good job. And that these exchanges have to reveal all your information to the IRS. Wallet. In basic terms, a crypto wallet is an app or physical storage device that allows you to store and retrieve your digital currency. Wallets can hold multiple cryptocurrencies, so you're not limited to just Bitcoin, for example. Whether they use an app or a physical wallet, it's important to note that the currency itself isn't stored there. Rather, wallets store the location of your currency on the blockchain. Wallets are split into 2 main categories, hot and cold. A hot wallet is by definition connected to the internet. The most secure way to store your crypto is with a cold wallet. I remember John McAfee talked a lot about this. He had one. He wouldn't put his things on the internet. He kept it locked up in a cold wallet. Physical wallets come in different types. I won't get into that. Too popular. Cold wallets. Mining. You have probably heard this term associated with Bitcoin, which is created by mining. Computers mine coins by solving complex math problems. The more powerful the computer, the faster it can think. Now, if your computer is the fastest one to solve the problem, bingo, you win the cryptocurrency. While there are a few cryptocurrencies out there that with an infinite supply, most have limit. For Bitcoin, the limit is 21 million. The last coin will be mined in 2140 or sooner. DeFi. Here's another simple one. DeFi is a shortened version of decentralized finance. This term refers to financial transactions that happen without a middleman, like the government, a bank, or another financial institution. Still getting your arms around traditional online banking. It's perfectly safe. There's another one. NFT. Non-fungible tokens. That's a fancy way of saying the digital item is one of a kind and irreplaceable. It applies to anything you can imagine, from online artwork to songs, viral videos, articles, text logos, and GIFs. Some people collect vintage cars. Well, whatever. Mint. Minting is how a file, such as a JPEG or GIF, is recorded onto a blockchain. After an NFT is minted, it can be sold or traded. If you are participating in a mint, that means you are the first person to buy the work from the creator. You can hold it, sell it, or trade it. During the minting process, the creator specifies the royalties they receive from future sales. This acts as commission if the work changes hands in the future and is a big draw for artists looking to go digital. If you sell an NFT at a secondary marketplace, it likely gets a cut of the sale too. HODL. This is interesting. It's the 10th one too. Here's a term you might see on social media. HODL stands for hold on for dear life as the price. Some say it originated as a typo on the word hold on a Bitcoin forum way back when, but now it's just in everyday slang. The idea behind it is simple. If you believe a project or currency will gain more value, just hold it. Hold on for dear life, even though dips in the market. Want to dive deeper? Okay, I don't want to dive deeper. But anyway, I thought those are the 10 terms. We've all heard those. This is Crypto Tuesday, by the way. After all, that's what we talk about here on Crypto Tuesday. So here's this story I was telling you about El Salvador, and what they are doing. I'm not going to read this whole story, but I here's because everything seems, all the stories I seem to come across are all positive about what's going on in El Salvador. Excuse me. This one is not so positive. The president of El Salvador experiment in making Bitcoin an official national currency alongside the U.S. dollar, which has the currency since 2001, has not gone well. But when a con artist's grift starts to fall apart, he knows to move on to the next one fast. The same goes for fast-talking presidents. So obviously not a good spin on this. More than 91% of Salvadorians want dollars, not Bitcoins. The official Chivo payment system was unreliable at launch in September. What a surprise. Our own government can't launch a website or an app. So it doesn't surprise me that there were some problems. The kiss of death for the new system. Users joined for a $30 sign-up bonus, spent it or cashed it out, then didn't use Chivo again. The system completely failed to sign up to check new users' photos, relying solely on their national identity cards, date of birth. Massive identity fraud to steal sign-up bonuses ensued. Bitcoin's ridiculously volatile price was appreciated only by aspiring day traders. Large street protests against compulsory Bitcoin implementation continued through October. The government stopped promoting Chivo on radio, TV, and social media. Chivo buses and vans were seen with plastic taped over the company's logo. The president's financial problems remain. El Salvador can't print its own dollars, so the president urgently needs to fund his heavy deficit spending. The International Monetary Fund has not lent the country $1 billion he asked for, and has indicated that has strong concerns for Bitcoin scheme. Because, of course, the International Monetary Fund doesn't want them to do this. They don't want Bitcoin to be successful. So anyway, there's lots about this. The Bitcoin city would be paid for insurance and all this. They say in this article that it's failing. Holders of El Salvador's. So all of this kind of tells us that there are those who believe it's failing. Is it failing? I don't know. Again, I've read a lot of good stories. Probably should have put one up today, countering this bad story. But because there's always these good stories, I wanted to at least somebody saying that it's not all honey and roses and whatever that phrase goes. So anyway, that's where we are today. I want to thank you so much for joining us. Remember now, I help people fight the IRS. And if you're fighting the IRS, if you have a problem with the IRS, if you just owe the IRS money, and you've wondered, where do you start? How do you start? What do I do? Here's where you start. First thing you do, get a copy of my book, Deal with Your IRS Problem Today. Go to freeirsbook.com, get a copy of the book. Deal with Your IRS Problem Today. Go to freeirsbook.com, freeirsbook.com. Thank you so much. Now remember to like and share this content. It's got to get out there. As I say first Crypto Tuesday, I don't think there's a lot of attorneys talking about cryptos and cryptocurrency and how it might fit in your life. And the tax implications and all the other good stories about crypto, and also tax stories. Remember, this has been the biggest stories in America for the last year has been tax stories. Are they going to look at our bank accounts? Are they going to double the size? How are they going to deal with tax rates? All of this comes down to tax issues. And that's what this show talks about, tax issues. It's at the base of all news stories. How are they going to get the money? And then how are they going to spend it? All politics. That's what it is. So remember to like and share this content. We'd very much appreciate it. So thanks so much for joining us. I want to thank you so much for being with us. Now remember, tomorrow we're going to go back to the taxes. I'm trying to talk about this. I got to go back and reset this. Okay, let's go back and reset. Remember now, join us tomorrow. Join us every day here on today's Tax Talk in whatever venue you see us on. So thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.